Hi traders, this is BO from Forex Winners Club. This is video number 6 in which I would like to show you the characteristics of what we call the best Forex broker for a particular trader. In your case, you'll be able to see these different characteristics and probably you'll be able to decide on the kind of broker you want. In the video that follows this one, we will then recommend top 3 brokers that most traders would find very useful to them. Welcome. It is a common question I get that, how do we choose a broker? How do we know this is a good broker and this is a bad broker? If that is your question, let's dive in. There are usually 2 categories of brokers. We call them dealing desk brokers, these ones, and we also have non-dealing desk brokers, these ones. So in our classification, the major broker types would be either dealing desk broker or a non-dealing desk broker. Dealing desk brokers are usually what you hear people saying they are called market makers. And the non-dealing desk, most people you hear talking about ECN brokers. Now, ECN brokers, that is ECN in full is Electronic Communication Network, will be able to cover what they are. The other is STP or Straight Through Processing Broker. So we'll, in the next slides, be able to tell the difference between dealing desk brokers and non-dealing desk brokers. Now, dealing desk brokers make money through spreads. We covered spreads in one of our previous videos. Dealing desk brokers make their money through spreads, and of course they provide liquidity to their clients or traders. For this reason, because they provide liquidity to their clients, the traders like you and I, they are also called market makers. Now, how do they work? With the dealing desk kind of brokers, for them to create a market for clients, they take the other side of a client. That is, when you trade, if you are buying, they sell. If you are selling, they buy. And maybe more specifically, when talking about this, as we get to see from the diagram here, the illustration, when you lose, they win. When you win, they lose. Isn't that very interesting? Yes, they take the other side. Your losses are their profits. Your profits are their losses. So that's how they work. They don't really care much about the decision of any other trader, one particular trader. So you may have thousands of traders. All they do is they simply take the opposite of each other trader. They don't mind what the rest of the traders are interested in. Okay. So in the diagram you see here is a trader. From the diagram, this is a trader, and this is your broker. Who is this broker? A dealing desk broker who takes the other side. What happens is then for winning traders, the broker matches with the trades from other traders. Okay, that is, your wins are matched by the losses of other traders. Or sometimes this could be passed on to liquidity providers. For losing traders, the broker takes the opposite. For a losing trade, the broker takes the opposite. That means they buy if you sold and lost, or they sell if you bought and lost. That's interesting. Then carrying over to the next is no dealing desk brokers. These ones will pass, if you're a trader, and I believe you are, they will pass your orders. Your buy orders, your sell orders, or whichever orders, they will pass your orders through a dealing desk. Now, when you talk about passing, they will not pass your orders through a dealing desk. And for that reason, they don't take the other side of your trade. They don't take the other side of their own traders. All they do is they simply just connect the two parties, the traders and the market. For this reason, they usually charge a small, very small commission just for their profits, or sometimes markup by increasing the spread slightly. We talked about spreads. Non-dealing desk brokers are classified into three. You might see them being classified as two, but they are actually three categories. We have ECN, which I prefer most. We also have STP, and we have a combination of both, STP combined with ECN. Now, STP, or straight through processing brokers, usually route or send your orders to their own liquidity providers. Okay, they send your orders to liquidity providers in the interbank market, and for that reason, these brokers will always give you variable spreads. The spreads are not fixed, so you will place a trade now, the spread is 1 pip, maybe a few minutes or hours later the spread is 3 pips, so that spread keeps on changing. Okay, the other category we say that the ECN, and for what we call true ECN brokers, okay, remember the previous the previous slide, we talked about ECN being electronic communication network. Now, true ECN brokers allow orders from their clients or traders like you and I to interact with the orders of other participants. Okay, in other words, I may be selling, you may be buying, those trades will be able to like match one another. Okay, so the participants in this case could be banks, they could be hedge funds, they could be retail traders like you and I. Okay, in the ECN market. So remember, the interaction will be some are selling, some are buying. So my sell and your buy might match, or my buy and your sell may match. So we interact in that manner. Clients are able to see the depth of the market. That is, clients who use true ECN brokers using specific tools provided on the platforms and other tools made by other developers will be able to see the participants in the market. They'll be able to see where the sell orders are placed. They'll be able to see where the buy orders are placed. And for that reason, they are very useful brokers, in my opinion. They make profits through a commission. They make profits through a commission. Okay. Then we move over to a comparison between the two. Now, when you look at dealing desk versus non-dealing desks, we need to notice some differences. And these differences will help us decide whether our broker is good in our case or is not good. Let's look at dealing desk compared to the others. For example, dealing desk or market makers, they use fixed spreads. So if you are a user or a trader who is interested in spreads that do not change from time to time, you are better off going with a dealing desk broker. Otherwise, you are free to use a variable spread, okay, or a fixed spread. So STPs allow you fixed or variable spreads. ECN also use variable spreads, and they can also have fixed spreads, but then they will charge you a commission instead. Okay. So if it's a variable spread, that may be their profit. If it's a fixed spread, they can then charge a commission for their profits. The other difference being, when you are dealing with a dealing desk, the broker takes your the opposite of your trade. So you lose, they win. You win, they lose in that particular order. Like I said, again, your sell must be matched by a buy by the broker, and your buy must be matched by a sell by the broker. When you are dealing with non-dealing desk, what happens is your order is directly sent to what? To the liquidity market where other traders are participating. And so in that case, sales are matched up by buys from other traders, and the reverse is equally true. Now, with this kind of brokers, dealing desk, the quotes, the currency quotes are artificial, as opposed to currency quotes that come from ECN brokers, which are actually coming from the market itself. And for these reasons, some people say dealing desk, brokers can manipulate prices. In this case, when we say ECN brokers, they will not be able to manipulate prices because they don't provide the liquidity. But dealing desk brokers provide liquidity. For that reason, they also give you quotes, and the quotes can easily be messed up. I'm not saying they do that, but there is room for that to happen. And then the other difference is orders are filled by the broker on a discretionary basis. What happens is then when you're dealing with when you're using a dealing desk broker, there's room for them not to accept your order until you make several tries. Yeah, because remember, they're the ones providing liquidity. So you might place a trade and then they have to like consider requote and things like that. For that reason, they can either requote, that gives you at a different price than you asked for, or they will be able to fill your order later, not immediately. But for ECN or STP brokers, you get automatic execution of your trade. There's no requoting. The price at which you quoted, the price at which you placed that trade is the price at which the trade will be executed for you. No requotes for no dealing desk brokers. And that is a beautiful thing about non-dealing desk or no dealing desk broker. So how do we choose a good broker then? You choose a good broker by following several criteria. Consideration number one, in my opinion, is the Forex broker regulation. Never, ever open an account and trade with a broker that is not regulated. Don't do that. So rule number one for me, the broker must be regulated. So if that passes the test, then I can move to case number two. Now, regulations are very important because then if the broker misbehaves, like does not allow you to withdraw, you can complain about this with the regulation authorities. Okay, you will be able to complain. You'll be able to lodge a case and say, okay, I've been trading with the broker X, I've made some profits, or I want to withdraw my funds. They are not allowing me to do that, or they are manipulating prices and you have evidence and you want to sue them. You need a regulation on that. So common regulation bodies are things like, I think, FCA. They also have things like CISEC. So you'll be able to come across these terminologies as you move on, but the broker must be regulated. Rule number two, the broker must have a good reputation. So always search online. Search online on blogs, on people who have done reviews of brokers, and see that the broker has a good reputation. Whether it's a star rating or whatever people say about them, that broker must have a good reputation. Never trade with a broker people are complaining about frequently. Next is, I'm interested in a broker that is safe to trade with. In other words, my funds are insured. I do not want to trade with a broker that might just disappear any minute from the market and I lose my money. I need brokers that guarantee safety of money, brokers that will not be hacked just easily and your money is lost, brokers that will not just go down, because of maybe any reason, political, economic, or otherwise, and your money is just never refunded. So I always look at that aspect as important too. Next is I want to ensure that the broker is available in my country. You see, you can consider criterion 1 and 2 and 3, and you choose a broker only to realize the broker does not permit trading from your country. So the broker must be available in your country. Remember, because of regulations and other aspects, some brokers are available in certain countries and not in other countries. So you must ensure that the broker you want to open an account with is available in your country. Then I also want to look at broker capital. I want to ensure that the broker is one that has a financial power or muscle. Okay, that will give me some level of confidence that they are a serious company and have been in the market for long. Then I also want to look at whether the broker I'm interested in is one that is a dealing desk or a no dealing desk. Remember the differences we saw earlier on about the differences between dealing desk and non-dealing desk. So if you're interested in fixed spreads, then you have to choose a dealing desk. If you're interested in orders being filled by your broker or the broker taking the opposite side of your trade, you go dealing desk. But if you're interested in variable spreads, if you're interested in your orders being sent to the liquidity market where other traders are existing, if you're interested in getting automatic execution of your trades without requoting, you go ECN or STP or a combination of those cases. Okay. Other important factors in choosing a broker would consider security. I already said this in a different way. A broker must be regulated. That gives me some level of security that the broker cannot start misbehaving. I also want to ensure that it's easy for me to deposit money to that broker account and it will be easy also to withdraw money, because there are cases where people deposit money but cannot withdraw. Like I said, when a broker is regulated again, you will be able to have it much easier for you to withdraw your funds. But I want to ensure that even while I'm checking at the reputation, I want to ensure that I've seen people who said it's easy for them to withdraw money from a broker that I'm interested in. Then I'm interested in transaction costs. Okay, when you place a trade, the profit you make is a factor of many things. So I want to ensure that the commissions are not too high and the spreads are not too high. Okay, whether variable or fixed, I want to ensure that these things are not too high, because they will eat into your profits. So they must be low. Then I want to be sure that they provide a trading platform, MetaTrader 4, which is the most popular, or others, MetaTrader 5, or TradingView. We covered this in the previous video. I just want to ensure that there is a trading platform, whether it's a web or an installation I have to make on my computer, but the trading platform must be friendly for me. Okay. Then execution speed, very important. I don't want to place a trade now and wait for 2 minutes or 1 hour for the trade to be what? Filled. No, I want my trade to be executed immediately. Okay, without requoting again. And of course, when you mention things like this, that's why I always prefer ECN brokers. And then when you go that with that reason, when you consider all these factors above, you need a broker that has a good customer service, so that when you have a problem, they will be able to answer your emails or your calls, or will chat with you to resolve your issues. So these are what I consider to be the best factors in determining a broker that I would be interested in creating an account to trade. So these are my factors. And moving over, assuming you have considered all these factors and now you feel like you want to open an account and trade, hold on, because in the next video, I will give you my top 3 best Forex brokers for most traders, and I believe you will be able to find one that fits your needs there in that list. Besides the top 3, I'll actually give you other 7 which I consider are very important and reliable equally, okay, for trading. One of those brokers will allow you to trade Forex, will allow you to trade other assets as well, or other instruments, and it's also a binary options broker. So if you want to trade both, you should be able to benefit from that broker. So hold on, let's look at merits of a demo account, because before you start trading on a live account, deposit money into a Forex broker account, it's recommended you trade on a demo account. A demo account is, for example, you chose a broker X, they allow you to download their MetaTrader 4, for example. Then they will allow you to, with that MetaTrader 4 account, you can trade. They will give you something like 10,000 US dollars, which you can trade on a virtual, that's a virtual currency or virtual money. You can trade on that MetaTrader 4 as if you were trading live, only that the profits you make, you cannot withdraw. That allows you to practice on your trading skills until you are far much better than for you to proceed to a live account. So number 1, with a demo account from whichever broker, you will be able to understand how that platform works. You chose a broker, they gave you a demo account. Use that demo account to understand how that broker platform works. Number 2, you understand order dynamics, how you place orders, how they are executed, how to close orders and stuff like that. You have to feel the market dynamics, how the markets move, what changes in the markets, things like news, stop loss is being hit, how you respond, test your emotions and stuff like that, okay? So how do you feel when a trade is winning? How do you feel when a trade is losing? How do you react, okay? Then, of course, this ultimately helps you prepare to trade in a live account, okay, on the same broker. Then demo versus live, there are things you need to be aware of, that a demo environment is not always a replica of a live account, okay? For example, a possible lack of emotional commitment to when no real money is at stake. When you're trading on demo, do remember, when you're trading on demo, you don't feel so much surprised if you lose money. There's no real emotional attachment because you are losing virtual money. It's not money you deposited. But now when you are on a live account, when you see a trade going against you, you really feel very affected because that's your real money, okay? So don't spend too much time on demo because of this. You will feel like you are safe on demo. When you go live, your emotions will throw you off balance. Number two is a trader's failure to follow their trading plan on a demo can cause negative impact on a live account. Because on demo, remember, your practice, so you may not have a trading journal or a trading plan, and so you might just be placing trades randomly, what we might call gambling. You don't do that in a live account, otherwise you mess your account. Don't do that. You need a trading plan when trading a live account. But remember, with the demo, you may do that. You may trade without a plan, and you may make money, you may lose money. You don't feel so much of an effect, because in any case, it's not money. Traders might be tempted to overtrade or insufficiently evaluate risk when trading on demo. Again, because it's not your money, you'll keep on placing trades because there's not really money you're losing. It's a virtual, it's a virtual account. So people might overtrade. Remember, overtrading is a very dangerous thing for a trader. Overtrading has killed many accounts. Don't do that, even on a demo account. But of course, people might be tempted to overtrade on a demo account. Okay? So then we move over to another set of differences between demo and live, that a Forex broker may never requote a price on a demo. We talked about price quote, especially for dealing desk brokers. When you're given a demo account, the price at which you enter a trade may be the price at which the trade is entered. But on a live account, things might be different. You might get a different price, higher than you bought or even lower than you sold, and that's not very, very good. Okay. Now, the broker's price feed might differ. Demo account might be getting different price feed from, than the live account. And for that reason, you might even have different candlestick patterns being formed on demo than live. So the price fees could be very different. In other words, the actual prices might differ by a small margin, and that might also affect how you trade on a live account. And for that reason, so we look at the third one to close on that aspect. The broker may execute demo stop loss orders accurately, but on a live account, something can happen and your stop losses may never be executed accurately. In other words, there could be a delay in executing stop losses on a live account, but on a demo account, the execution could be immediate. Remember, there's something called slippage, the difference between when you executed a trade and when actually the broker executes your trade. That problem of slippage occurs quite often in a live trading environment than on a demo environment. That brings us to the end of this short video on how to choose a Forex broker. So on our next video, which is coming up in the next few hours, so hold on, next few hours, you'll be able to check on the channel. You'll be able to see another video. That video will be about top 3 best Forex brokers for most traders. The video is coming up in the next 4 hours or so. You will be able to see it on the chat, on the channel. And that's why we remind you, please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more content like this. All content is free. So stay subscribed. Hit that notification bell so that you are instantly notified of any new video. And for now, we are expecting our next video to be about top 3. This is where I will indicate to you, after considering the many factors in choosing a broker, I will indicate to you my top 3 best Forex brokers, which you can start using immediately. Or you can just use 1 or 2, depending on how you would want to approach the markets. For that reason, I would want to say thank you for watching this video so far. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.